He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Try not to become a man of success, but rather become a man of value. One man with courage makes a majority. One secret of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. A man who has committed a mistake and doesn't correct it is committing another mistake. The successful man will profit from his mistakes and try again in a different way. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, "I'm possible." Keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who'll decide where to go. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. To bring about change, you must not be afraid to take the first step. We will fail when we fail to try. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Don't sit down and wait for the opportunities to come. Get up and make them. Champions keep playing until they get it right. I am lucky that whatever fear I have inside me, my desire to win, is always stronger. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Believe you can and you're halfway there. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Just don't give up trying to do what you really want to do. Where there is love and inspiration, I don't think you can go wrong. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. All dreams are within reach. All you have to do is keep moving towards them. It is never too late to be what you might have been. When you put love out in the world, it travels, and it can touch people and reach people in ways that we never even expected. Give light and people will find the way. It always seems impossible until it's done. Don't count the days, make the days count. If you risk nothing, then you risk everything. Definitions belong to the definers, not the defined. When you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let go. Never allow a person to tell you no who doesn't have the power to say yes. When it comes to luck, you make your own. If you're having fun, that's when the best memories are built. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Hard things will happen to us, we will recover. We will learn from it, we will grow more resilient because of it. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist. Optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you. You just gotta keep going and fighting for everything, and one day you'll get to where you want. If you prioritize yourself, you are going to save yourself. No matter how far away from yourself you may have strayed, there is always a path back. You already know who you are and how to fulfill your destiny. A problem is a chance for you to do your best. You can't turn back the clock, but you can wind it up again. When you can't find someone to follow, you have to find a way to lead by example. There is no better compass than compassion. Stand before the people you fear and speak your mind, even if your voice shakes. It's a toxic desire to try to be perfect. I realized later in life that the challenge is not to be perfect, it's to be whole. Vitality shows not only in the ability to persist, but in the ability to start over. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Love yourself first and everything else falls into line. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. The road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are 2 of the surest stepping stones to success. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. There are 3 ways to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind. The second way is to be kind. The third way is to be kind. Success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to become the best of which you are capable. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. You learn more from failure than from success. Don't let it stop you. Failure builds character. If you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. Experience is a hard teacher because she gives the test first, the lesson afterward. To know how much there is to know is the beginning of learning to live. Goal setting is the secret to a compelling future. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you're born and the day you find out why. Nothing ever goes away until it teaches us what we need to know. We can see through others only when we can see through ourselves. First, forget inspiration. Habit is more dependable. Habit will sustain you whether you're inspired or not. Habit will help you finish and polish your stories. Inspiration won't. Habit is persistence in practice. The best way out is always through. The battles that count aren't the ones for gold medals. The struggles within yourself, the invisible, inevitable battles inside all of us, that's where it's at. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Someone will declare, "I am the leader," and expect everyone to get in line and follow him or her to the gates of heaven or hell. My experience is that it doesn't happen that way. Others follow you based on the quality of your actions rather than the magnitude of your declarations. Courage is like a muscle. We strengthen it by use. Relentlessly prune bullshit. Don't wait to do things that matter and savor the time you have. That's what you do when life is short. More is lost by indecision than wrong decision. If the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would keep it in port forever. You can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there's still going to be somebody who hates peaches. Keep a little fire burning, however small, however hidden. We cannot solve problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with them. Learn as if you will live forever, live like you will die tomorrow. Stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. Small minds will always do that, but great minds will give you a feeling that you can become great too. When you give joy to other people, you get more joy in return. You should give a good thought to the happiness that you can give out. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world. It is only when we take chances that our lives improve. The initial and the most difficult risk we need to take is to become honest. Nature has given us all the pieces required to achieve exceptional wellness and health, but has left it to us to put these pieces together. Concentrate all your thoughts upon the work in hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to a focus. Either you run the day or the day runs you. I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. You've got to get up every morning with determination if you're going to go to bed with satisfaction. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. You'll find that education is just about the only thing lying around loose in this world, and it's about the only thing a fellow can have as much of as he's willing to haul away. Take the attitude of a student, never be too big to ask questions, never know too much to learn something new. The elevator to success is out of order. You'll have to use the stairs one step at a time. Be a positive energy trampoline. Absorb what you need and rebound more back. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. Work until your bank account looks like a phone number. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. Life is like a sewer. What you get out of it depends on what you put into it. I always wanted to be somebody, but now I realize I should have been more specific. Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. Opportunities don't happen, you create them. Love your family, work super hard, live your passion. It is never too late to be what you might have been. Don't let someone else's opinion of you become your reality. If you're not positive energy, you're negative energy. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Do the best you can. No one can do more than that. If you can dream it, you can do it. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. One of the differences between some successful and unsuccessful people is that one group is full of doers, while the other is full of wishers. I'd rather regret the things I've done than regret the things I haven't done. You cannot plow a field by turning it over in your mind. To begin, begin. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Mondays offer new beginnings 52 times a year. Be miserable, or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. Your Monday morning thoughts set the tone for your whole week. See yourself getting stronger and living a fulfilling, happier, and healthier life. You can get everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. Don't settle for average. Bring your best to the moment. Then, whether it fails or succeeds, at least you know you gave all you had. Show up, show up, show up, and after a while the muse shows up too. Don't bunt. Aim out of the ballpark. Aim for the company of immortals. I have stood on a mountain of no's for one yes. If you believe something needs to exist, if it's something you want to use yourself, don't let anyone ever stop you from doing it. Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. True freedom is impossible without a mind made free by discipline. Rivers know this. There is no hurry. We shall get there someday. There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist through any other medium and will be lost. Small is not just a stepping stone. Small is a great destination itself. He that can have patience can have what he will. The only one who can tell you you can't win is you, and you don't have to listen. Set your goals high, and don't stop till you get there. Take your victories, whatever they may be, cherish them, use them, but don't settle for them. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact. Everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it, you can influence it. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. I have never let my schooling interfere with my education. If you can't yet do great things, do small things in a great way. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. Live out of your imagination, not your history. Do not wait for the perfect time and place to enter, for you are already on stage. The greater the difficulty, the more the glory in surmounting it. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. If the decisions you make about where you invest your blood, sweat, and tears are not consistent with the person you aspire to be, you'll never become that person. Fear of what other people will think is the single most paralyzing dynamic in business and in life. The best moment of my life was the day I realized that I no longer give a damn what anybody thinks. That's enormously liberating and freeing, and it's the only way to live your life and do your business. The only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. Worry is a misuse of imagination. Courage is the most important of all the virtues because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. I never look back, darling. It distracts from the now. A year from now, you will wish you had started today. The reason we struggle with insecurity is because we compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. I will not lose, for even in defeat there's a valuable lesson learned, so it evens up for me. I do not try to dance better than anyone else. I only try to dance better than myself. If you don't risk anything, you risk even more. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. We must reach out our hand in friendship and dignity, both to those who would befriend us and those who would be our enemy. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Everything you've ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear. The question isn't who is going to let me, it's who is going to stop me. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Don't worry about failure, you only have to be right once. You carry the passport to your own happiness. Never let success get to your head, and never let failure get to your heart. Ideation without execution is delusion. Make sure your worst enemy doesn't live between your own two ears. It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness. For the great doesn't happen through impulse alone, and is a succession of little things that are brought together. If we take care of the moments, the years will take care of themselves. Resilience is when you address uncertainty with flexibility. Sometimes magic is just someone spending more time on something than anyone else might reasonably expect. It's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It's the will to prepare to win that matters. As a single footstep will not make a path on the earth, so a single thought will not make a pathway in the mind. To make a deep physical path, we walk again and again. To make a deep mental path, we must think over and over the kind of thoughts we wish to dominate our lives. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. True humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself less. You can never leave footprints that last if you are always walking on tiptoe. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. If it makes you nervous, you're doing it right. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. I choose to make the rest of my life the best of my life. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. Anything can make me stop and look and wonder and sometimes learn. People's passion and desire for authenticity is strong. A surplus of effort could overcome a deficit of confidence. Doubt is a killer. You just have to know who you are and what you stand for. No one changes the world who isn't obsessed. I learned a long time ago that there is something worse than missing the goal, and that's not pulling the trigger. Some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, others make it happen.